never just the same. Never a surprise. Never as before. Never just as sure as the sun will rise.
Wagwan people dems. So you guys, that's you know what, Gabriel, if you ever see my videos, yeah, understand that I'm a huge fan, which I think you know by now that I am, right? Huge fan. I love your work. But you know your fans, yeah, your fans, they're some of the best fans ever, because it doesn't matter. Like, I can even put on my Instagram, like, yep, I'm gonna get to that reaction as soon as I can, and I still will get inundated with messages being like, have you seen it? I'm like, I'm coming. So unfortunately this week I was a little bit unwell on Friday, so I wasn't able to cause my plan was to react to it yesterday at the end of the week. But the body said no. The body said no. But I'm feeling a lot better today, so I'm like, right, I need to get this done. So I have actually upped the priority list, even though I've got lots of other reactions I need to do as well. But, you know, it is on Gabriel, and, you know, selfishly, I do also really want to see it. I do really want to see it as well. But I do have lots of other things I need to get onto. So this is Gabriel duetting with Jade Salles. Now, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Salles? Now, I know that they did My Endless Love together, and that was beautiful. That was back in the day. I did a reaction to that. This is them doing a duet of Beauty and the Beast, which is originally, it was, what's the guy's name? That's gonna bug me. But Angela Lansbury. Hang on. Because you're about to tell me that Murder, She Wrote sang Beauty and the Beast, and that can't be the case. The film's theme song was first recorded by British-American actress Angela Lansbury. Because, to be fair, she was the teapot, wasn't she? But ultimately completed the song in one take. Wow. Beauty and the Beast was subsequently recorded as a pop duet by Canadian singer Celine Dion and American singer Peabo Bryson. That's what I was thinking of. So it was always Peabo Bryson and not Luther Vandross. I thought it was Luther Vandross and Celine Dion. I didn't realise it was Celine Dion and Peabo Bryson. Okay. Wow. Well, that might have taught you something as well. So Angela Lansbury, right, who plays, I can't remember what her name is on Murder, She Wrote. Is it Angela? I feel like it's Angela. No, her name's Angela Lansbury. And she's a dame as well. She wrote Jessica Fletcher. That's who she played, Jessica Fletcher. So Jessica Fletcher. So Angela Lansbury, who played Jessica Fletcher in Murder, She Wrote. I don't know whether anyone, there will be people out there that know that, obviously, but I mean, people who are younger may not know that. But anyway, she originally sang the song in the movie, and then eventually Celine Dion and Peabo Bryson, not Luther Vandross, sang like a more, I guess, contemporary version than that. So before Gabriel and Jade Salles, Celine, Peabo, and before them, Angela. Okay, cool. Let's see how it does. It's gonna be amazing, isn't it? Like, let's be honest. It's gonna be amazing.
Tell us all the story, true as it can be. Barely living friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little change. Say the least, wrong for little scared.
Yo, I got chills down my neck. I got chills down. Oh, I love the fact the next one is My Endless Love with them too. You need to stop though. Thanks. I reacted to you already. That was really, really stunning as a vocal. And I think it will go. I can't imagine there'll be many people that will watch that and not go, wow. Listen, I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it 100. I can't remember exactly what my thoughts were about Endless Love and Jade Salles. I don't remember. So I'll have to probably watch my reaction back. But in this, I will say, because I think obviously they're obviously miming their vocals, right? And I think, obviously Gabriel is a pro at this by now. So he'll record his vocals and then he'll do the video and whatever. I don't know Jade enough to say that she isn't a pro. She might be a pro, but I just felt in this, the first kind of 20 seconds really kind of threw me a little bit. Again, just keeping it real, just keeping it very, very real. Not so much what her vocals were doing, because I think vocally, I think she sounds great. Like, and I think she accompanies Gabrielle. That sounds bad. Like, they accompany each other really nicely. Like their voices blend really well. The harmonies coming really, really well. It's really lovely married. The riffs that they're mirroring together, the kind of ad libs that she does. But what I will say is watching her do it is a little jerky for me. Like, and I think that was just like so the best example I can give is when she was singing that first part, that first intro, and she was doing some of her runs and stuff, and it, I don't know, like it felt really. If the idea is to not let the audience know that it's not live, like, and that you're singing with the band who are playing at the same time, unless, of course, I got it wrong and they're singing live, but I don't know. I wouldn't say that they're live recording this, but anyway, it didn't give that impression to me at all. But then, as soon as Gabrielle came in, like it was almost like it was just easier. Like like even if the notes that he's hitting or the notes that he's trying to hit, it didn't feel as though that like all of his body was needed to make the note. If that makes sense. So that took me about a minute to kind of acclimatize to that. Once I kind of acclimatized to her style, because that's just her style of singing, right? And everyone's got one. You look at Jessie J, and she'll be the first one to tell you that she's got like 1,000 faces when she's singing. So in that regard, that's not like a bad thing. It's just, as I said, it was a little off-putting for me in the beginning part of it. But by about a minute and a half in, and I can just hear the vocal chops. I can hear the vocal chops that are chopping with Gabrielle's. I'm like, this is a really nice fusion. Again, the star of the show for me, and I only speak for me, is Gabrielle, man. His voice is just, his runs are literally like smoky water. Like it's just so fluid. It's so easy. But again, Jade's vocals with that, really beautiful. I loved like which parts that they took. So like Gabrielle took some high parts, but they both really gave some really awesome like runs and some good like chest parts as well. Loved the ending. I wasn't expecting that ending. It was really delicate, really beautiful. I loved how, again, the camera work, I guess, was really nice, and they really worked that camera. I loved the setting and them being outside, the time of day that they picked, the band that were playing. His dad was there. I mean, there was just a lot of beauty within it that I thought was really, really good. But the main thing for me will always be the vocals, man. The vocals were vocalizing, and I think both of them should be really proud to know that, well, unless they've done another duet that I don't know about, but the last one was 2 years ago. To come back and do this together, I think is really, really special. And like I said, for me, I loved the duet. I think it was really good. As I say, it was just that beginning bit that I was like, I felt as though that it was almost trying too hard in those few moments to to make it look like it was an impassioned, you know. And I think for me, I probably would have said maybe just relax into it a little bit more, because again, for me, now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, was it live? But I only think that because of the way that Gabrielle presented. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Maybe I'm not making sense, but I know what I mean. I'm hoping you know what I mean as well. Otherwise, this whole reaction thing, I'm not doing too well. But for now, thank you so much for watching with me. I'd love to know what your thoughts were. What did you make of this? Did you know Angela Lansbury was the original singer of this song? And what did you think of this duet in comparison to Endless Love? Are there any more duets that you know that Gabrielle will be doing soon? Are there any more performances from Jade that I should maybe check out? Because maybe, you know, it's very difficult, isn't it? If you think about it, you know, you put someone up there with Whitney Houston, put someone up there with Mariah Carey. I'm not saying that other people can't shine, but it's difficult, isn't it? Because you've got this amazing talent, and with Gabrielle, his skill is so much that it is, I think, sometimes difficult to kind of see anyone else. And that's no shade to anyone else. And again, like, she has got a phenomenal voice. I can hear it. I can hear the run, the texture. But it is difficult to kind of not be in that shine of Gabrielle's, I suppose. So are there any kind of solo projects that are worthwhile that I should check out? Because genuinely, I would like to watch a bit more of her and just see a little bit more of what she is about. But yeah, thank you very much for watching with me. If you did enjoy, then please drop me a like and subscribe. And if you really enjoyed it, I would very much appreciate any support on Patreon. That'd be great. Honestly, it's a great little family over there. You get access to my videos before they come to YouTube, and it's a great way to help support the channel, because I'm doing this full time. So any support, any would be great. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.